Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ethan, bringing you some more Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2022, presented by Wolverine Studios. Where I left you guys off, we're at a new school. If you missed last episode, we had a disappointing end at George Mason. We got knocked out in the first round of our A10 tournament, and we got knocked out in the first round in the NCAAs. So it was a tough off season. We won 25 games in the regular season, and we parlayed that job and kind of used the history of us being at South Carolina State to take over as the head coach of the University of South Carolina. So I'm very excited here to compete in the SEC. It's going to be a tough ride. There's going to be some really good schools, and we are just a two-star school. So, but right now, guys, we're at staff hiring. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of review everything and kind of see where we're at. We got about $210,000 as a budget. So not a lot of history here at South Carolina. Right now, in real life, the women's South Carolina team is absolutely dominant. They just won the national championship. And great. So let me go ahead and get through this staff hiring, guys. I will inform you once I get my people hired. I'm going to look for a recruiter and a player developer, and I'll show you who we get. Alrighty, guys, got my staff put together here. We got Rob Holloway as our recruiter. We got Will Kimball for our practice, and scouting will be done by this guy who is the only person from the staff that I'm keeping. Doesn't make too much money, and he's he's a dude, right? He's a body. Only makes 20 grand. I think we're gonna be okay. We should have about 100,000 to do recruiting with. That should give us a premium report, all the camps we need, and enough for high school recruiting and transfers. So here's an updated look at our stats. Our recruiting and defense and offensive skills doing good. Player development is hanging in there. Scouting is going up slowly but surely. But great. So that's South. We're at South Carolina. I can't believe it, guys. It's going to be our 7th year coming up. I'm going to go ahead and advance through the staff hirings. I'll see you guys at the season review for well, actually no, it wouldn't be the season review. I'll see you guys at the board. Alrighty, guys, here we are having the meeting with the board. I'm going to go ahead and request for some budget. More money is always good. They're probably going to say no because I just got here, and they're like, hey, the last guy who got here only won 10 damn games. Why should we put more money into this program? And I'll say, you got a point. So let's look at this request denied. Yep, there's no reason to increase the budget. I understand. All right, let's end the season, guys, and I'll see you guys at the transfer portal. All right, guys, here we are, start of the new season. Let me go ahead and go through these emails really quick. We have 4 scholarships. What were they recruiting here last? Not much, so not even in the top 200. Did they even get an offer? 305. Yikes. That is not good. Winthrop has joined the Southern Conference. Cool. Nothing really changing to us. We are in the South region. Got a lot of money. Yeah, let's get that premium report. All right, guys, I'm going to sim through this. I will see you guys at the transfer portal. We'll evaluate our roster. We'll show you what we need to bring in through the transfer portal. We'll see who's going to leave, and we'll make our decisions. I did take a look, and it seems like we inherited quite a senior roster. There's a lot of seniors, so we might have a good first year. But we definitely need to bring in some talent for next year because we're going to be pretty green. All right, guys, here we are at the transfer portal. Let's see what happened here. So we have 2 transfer outs. We have a center, which we desperately need. I don't know how there's too much competition at your natural position when there was only 2 people, but okay, maybe you just don't like me. And a both centers transfer. Okay, not ideal. So we are left with no center. Let's take a look at the roster. We have 0 centers. 0. I don't know where they went. We have 4 power forwards. One being a 3.5 out of 4-star. He's probably going to be the starter. He was the starter for since he was a freshman. So we're gonna grow with Rashad Postel. Does that look like a Rashad Postel to you? Just curious. These guys are absolute trash. Small forward, I guess we can get away with this 3-star. It's pretty good. Senior, knows the offense. Yeah. Leroy, you're in, bud. So I think I'm good at the forward position. Guards, we got 3-point guards, 2-point guards who can really play. They're both seniors. A shooting guard who can play as well. So we have a lot of good quality starters. They're all seniors. However, I'm going to need some depth at shooting guard. I'm going to need some depth at shooting guard, and maybe like 2 centers is what I'm thinking. Those 2 centers who transferred out is obviously who I'm going to probably go after. I don't even know if I can go after a guard. I probably don't have any scholarships. So what I'm going to do really quick with you guys is I'm going to come to this magazine like I always do and try to evaluate who is the best. Look at this guy from Xavier. Looks like he's a pretty good guard. The only thing is he interested in coming to South Carolina? Probably not, but we have options. We have this guy from Illinois. He's transferring out. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and identify some of the top targets in the transfer portal and then kind of give you guys a highlight of who I'm going to go after. So that way we can keep these videos a little bit short. So I will bring you guys in a minute. All right, hey guys, I just kind of wanted to bring you guys back into the transfer portal to kind of see how what I'm going to do. So I only have 2 scholarships available from the 2 centers who transferred. And as much as I do want to try and get a shooting guard, I think it might be best if we try and grab a really nice center or 2. That's where I'm going to use the 2 scholarships to try to really hit. And I think we can have a solid year. We're solid. We have a solid starting 5 if I can pull off a nice center. Some of these guys who put up a lot of points per game, like this guy is a Conference USA, just player of the year, everything. That's going to be an offer for us probably. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scout the top 30 scoring centers. This guy is well above the 2nd place. He's putting up 20 points a game. He is playing at Florida International, but he still might be good for our school. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to identify everybody that I want to scout, and then I'm going to find some people I'm going to want to offer, and then we'll go from there. Don't think I'm going to look at any guards or anyone else. Really want to fill this center position, so I'll bring you guys back when we'll see what happens. All right, guys, here we are back after a week of scouting. I did offer scholarships to people, but it didn't work out. But that's okay. They transferred to other places, which is fine. Just kind of looking through here. I'm now under centers, looking at the points per game. This guy from Florida National, who's putting up really good points. He has an attacker badge, so he's really aggressive, getting to the rim. I mean, this guy is a stud at the Conference USA level. I'm hoping he can be the exact same for us. He does 20 points a game and almost 5.5 rebounds. That's going to be an offer, so I'm going to offer him. As well as I was looking and I see this guy, UC Davis. He's all right, he's a solid player. But I think what I'm going to go after is I see this overall B from this guy from Cincinnati. He does about 10 and 7. It's pretty good work for us too. So there's this also B player right here. He has the attacker badge too. Wow, he's the freshman of the year actually. Wow. I'm probably not going to grab that dude. He's probably going to Notre Dame or Memphis. Interesting. Arkansas. So he's interested in some SEC schools, but obviously those are bigger SEC schools. So hopefully we can land one of those dudes. These guys a D player? Yeah. He's good for his level, but he doesn't have any potential to move up. I think I'm going to offer this guy at Cincinnati and hope his ratings stay the same and it doesn't just like change out of nowhere. I'm going to go ahead and keep scouting some centers, maybe look at some shooting guards in case these don't work out, and I'll see you guys if we get these guys or at the next week of the transfers. Alrighty, guys, back at week 3 at the transfer portal. Malik Hayes has accepted our scholarship offer and will be transferring to our school. So we're really happy about that. This is the guy from Florida International, three stars out of 3.5. Hopefully he doesn't go down in rating like I've seen before. But this is the dude, Conference USA, first team player of the year, freshman of the year. He's he was oh, that was 2025. Okay. And then he was the first teamer again. This guy puts up buckets, man. He's been putting up 20 points a game for 2 seasons. I think we landed a great center transfer to be able to help us out. So we have a center, and honestly, we have not really good power forwards. We have decent small forwards. No shooting guard depth, but we can have one of the point guards kind of play backup on both roles. Kind of have just a 6-man. Just one backup for both roles. Sweet. I'm either gonna look for a center or a shooting guard. Kind of go for the best available player. So I will see you guys with who I will offer, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I just kind of wanted to bring you back and show you what my next offer will be. It's another center. He has the Paint Dominator badge, which I really like. Great rebounding abilities, which we want. Good inside shooting. It's all I need. Decent scorer. And plays decent defense. This will be a nice little piece as well. I'm not sure who's going to start between the two, but just to show you, I mean, this guy only put 6 points a game in 23 minutes at Pitt and 6 rebounds. So he might not be much of a scorer, or he was just like on too much of a crowded team to even get points. So we're going to go ahead and offer him. He's a B according to my scouting and our scout scouting. We'll see if that adds up. But let's see if we land that dude. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to do too much scouting more in the future. We really just need to fill in this last scholarship with just somebody who can come off the bench and provide solid minutes. But hey, every transfer counts. Alright, so we didn't get that guy from Pitt. He ended up going to a different school. That's fine. So I'm just kind of around here looking at another center we can add. And I saw this guy from Maine here. About 11 points and 5 rebounds. Pretty good. He's a senior, which helps. He's already basically fully developed as a 3-star. And he does good work. Good rebounding, good shooting. Doesn't have to create his own shot. He can just rebound and block shots. And he was... a couple years ago, he was a second teamer. He's doing pretty good. I think someone like this as a senior can kind of just come in as a one-time gap and kind of fill the hole for us. I did see there was a B player here, and this guy from St. Peter's. He puts up 7 points, 4 rebounds. He might have more potential. Apparently, he has an attacker badge. Good guy, not too concerned. He broke his finger, and then he just was like, I'm gonna maybe transfer out, take my opportunity somewhere else. I'm just curious. I'm kind of scared if this guy, this Neil dude, actually is how legit is he a B? Because sometimes it says there's a B, and then all of this stuff corrects itself, and he's not actually a B player. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. And I think I'm not going to take my chance on that. He might be a B player. He might not be. But I think this guy is a senior. I'm taking on less risk because he'll be gone next year. I don't need this guy to come in and, be the anchor. It'd be nice. I would like somebody to kind of anchor it for the next few years so I don't always have to do this. But I would also hate to bring in this guy as a sophomore and then he drops down to a 1-star, kind of like in my last save. So I'm going to go with this guy from Maine. I think he should get the job done, and I'll let you know if we get him. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for the transfer. John Hamilton, he accepted our scholarship, the dude from Maine. So let's take a look at the roster. We filled in our need at centers. We brought in one senior and a junior who can this junior, hopefully he can hold it down for this year and next year as well. That would be a good one. And then John Hamilton, hopefully he can kind of be the glue for the bridge for the season. So I'm liking what I see. Hopefully everybody stays within a pretty good ranking. They keep their overall ranking and star ratings after the second look at them at the start of recruiting. We're going to go ahead and get through the rest of the transfers. I will see you guys when we go to our summer camps and when we start high school recruiting. Obviously, just like the other videos, I'm going to go through high school recruiting really quick because I don't do too much of it, but I'll definitely show you guys the highlights and any offers of any dudes we're going to go after. All right, guys, just wanted to show you the camps to go into. Obviously, we're going to our regional camp, and I'm going to attend Georgia. Maybe I can get a nice player that goes to Georgia. You never know if you don't go, and I mean, we got so much money. So I'll see you guys at recruiting. All right, guys, here we are at high school recruiting. So even being at a SEC school, we're still a really bad school, right? We're a 2-star school, but we're in a tough conference, right? So the only thing that we can really pitch is location and our conference prestige. We have decent facilities. We're in the southeast region here. I'm just gonna come to interested recruits. Okay, decent, at least a decent size list. Couple of the 4-star players, couple of the centers are interested. So really, what we're gonna do, just add anybody who has even the slight interest in coming to play for me in South Carolina, and we're gonna rebuild it, man. This school has had a tough. Let's go full recruit list here. They have had a tough sledding. They have not been good for the last few years. Now I'm just going to go and add any South Carolina kid and see if I can generate any interest from them. I'm also going to come here and add any of the 4-star kids and any of these 3-stars who I think can qualify. And we're going to try and generate interest. It may or may not work out, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and recruit these guys. Let me see here. Let's get up here. So I'm going to go ahead and recruit these guys, and I will give you guys the highlights towards the end of who we'll go with. We have 5 scholarships. I have no reason to think that I can't only spend 1 here and bring 4 of those and just bring in 4 transfers. So I'll let you guys know how this goes. All right, guys, wanted to bring you in as a update to high school recruiting. This is going to be one of our targets. It's a very, very sought after player. In the top 100, ranked 64. He's a 4-star. He's from South Carolina. He really cares about location. That's why Clemson is #1, along with other close by SEC schools and schools in the South. He didn't rule us out. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I visited him already. Matt Weaver. If I have him anywhere. It's like one of the first people I visited. There he is. He appreciated the time, but this is going to be our main recruit. He is top 5 in our camp. This would be a great, no pun intended, centerpiece for the center position. So we're going to give him a scholarship, and we're going to hope he comes. That's going to be our main target for the year. Other than that, we're going to just try and grab our best available players, kind of easy pickings, and then save the rest for transfers. So I will see you guys at in-home visits. All right, guys. Hey, I found my other offer. This guy was one of the top 10 players at Memphis. This is going to be my backup option center to the center that we offered, who was top 60 really on Clemson. So this guy's from Tennessee. I don't really have a lot on him, but he was a top 10 player. I'm going to give him a scholarship. That's really what I care about. I'm sure he cares about location, playing close to home. And also Earl Walker here. He was top 5 as well. He's from Alabama. Cares a lot about location. I'm also going to give him a scholarship. Those guys are going to be our main offers there. And then anybody else would be kind of icing on the cake. So I will get to the in-home visits, show you guys who we're going to go after, and see if we can land those 3 guys. Alrighty, guys, we are at in-home visits. I'm going to go to the recruits offer. Yeah, this Earl Walker dude, he really doesn't want to come, but he doesn't have interest anywhere else. I'm going to give him a try. He's going to have to tell me no first. Bob Hicks. Looks like we got to unlock a couple categories from him, but we're going to... Bob Hicks was our backup option, but I'll take both of them, honestly. I would just kind of rather have talent at this time than just, you know... If I can just get, like, talented people in the building, it's all good. So let's go and talk to Matt Weaver. He's very not hot on us, but we're still going to try. I'm going to make him tell us no. Bob Hicks, hopefully we can land him with like some playing time pitch. And I guess I should look for like kind of a best available player here, huh? Let's go to our call and watch list. Let's visit. Is this guy even worth anything to us? I think we want to go with Dan Richardson, I think. I remember he was a top 25 player. Yep. Let me see if I can get his location. Home. Some of these categories unlocked. Dan Richardson. Conference prestige. I got that, brother. Here. Tell you about playing in the SEC. And if we don't get one of our dudes, you know what, Dan Richardson, you know, I'm going to give you a Scully because I don't feel like, well, we're pretty high on him, actually. Yeah, I'll give you a Scully, man. I'll give you a chance just because I don't think I'm going to get everybody I'm going for. So, all right. I'll keep you guys here. We're on in-home. We'll see how this first week of in-home goes. Hopefully nobody commits and I still have another chance, but we really want some just the interest to go up a little bit, especially on Earl Walker. He's probably going to end up going to UAB, though. This guy, is he coming to our school? Hey, Dan Richardson, we got him, and we got Bob Hicks. So we help out at power forward to put in some better talent, and Bob Hicks, really good. So we get Dan Richardson without even really trying that hard. Top 25 player, he's decent at Georgia. He's going to be good enough for us. 16 and 11 in high school. Should translate pretty decently. Bob Hicks should also be really good. Top 10 player in our region. And pretty good stat line as well. Matt Weaver says that I really impressed him. Wow, and we jumped up to third on this guy. This guy was top 5 as a center. Let's go ahead and pitch him again. Location, man. Come play for your hometown. Don't play for Clemson. Don't play for Florida State. Come play for South Carolina, baby. Earl Walker, he didn't really give us like a huge response, but it wasn't a negative. Are we gaining interest? Ah, yes. We are slowly moving up. He went to cool from nothing. So you know what, Earl Walker, if nobody's really talking to him, man, come on down. You get offers from Georgia Tech, or you're not going to Alabama or Auburn, man. You're gonna have to play for us. So we land 2 Gamecocks. I don't think I really want anybody else. I don't think there was like a elite shooting guard or anything that I wanted. Yeah, I could easily grab one of these guys, but I'd rather save it for the transfers, to be honest with you. So let me come here to recruits offered and make sure that I visited. Yep, visit's good. Visit's good. Honestly, if we don't get these guys, we'll just save the scholarships. I don't think I need to visit anybody else. I will show you guys our schedule. Our out of conference. Looking pretty decent. Decent 3-game home stretch. Going to Oklahoma's tough. Buffalo is tough. VMI Cadets. Harvard. Yeah, we have out of conference. Pretty manageable season, or schedule. So let's go ahead and see if any of these guys want to commit to the school, come to the squad, play for me next year. We're going to be at South Carolina for a while, guys. This is kind of a grinder job. Like, you got to build yourself up. So we get Matt Weaver. We don't get the other dude, though. Not quite yet. It's going to take some more time. So we do get Matt Weaver. That is huge to get Matt Weaver. Matt Weaver is an absolute steal. He's a top 10 center in his class. He's in the top 10. And he's coming to South Carolina, baby. Oh, Clemson tried to come in at the end. Clemson came in with a pitch, and it's like, you really going to go to South Carolina? We're the way better South Carolina school. But you know what? This guy is about loyalty. We've been pitching him ever since the start. And we've said a lot of good things on, man, look what you could do for South Carolina. Don't do it for other schools. Do it for your home. And here we are, baby. We got him. So very, very happy. We got 2 centers and a power forward, and we're working on this guy on small forward. We're climbing up his list. We're still going to pitch him location. And we're climbing up on this guy's list. He's not as important, but he was top 5. So he should still be a pretty good, solid player coming in. But let's take a look at that in the recruiting rankings here. It's about 13.5 points on whatever scale this is. But hey, man, for us to land a 4-star especially him being from South Carolina. I mean, we kept one of the top guys in South Carolina at home. That's what's really important. You come here to let me come to South Carolina first, and you look at the full recruit list. You know, we kept at least the 4th ranked player in South Carolina. It's all about keeping these boys home. Daryl Cunningham, he doesn't have any interest in joining our school, but you know, obviously we're not going to get the 5-star guys, right? The 5-star guys, they're going to go where they want to go. But some of these 4-star dudes, you know, this guy didn't have any interest, but some of these 4-star guys, I mean, look at this guy. He was decent at Memphis, and he's in the top 100. Yeah, you just got to make sure you keep your hometown home. So, but I'm satisfied and happy with how recruiting went and who we have. So we don't need anyone else. I'm gonna go ahead and get through practice and get into the start of the regular season. So not too bad. We kept the recruiting and everything, transfers and recruiting under 30 minutes, and hopefully the next 30 minutes or so will be with the games and wrapping it up. I do like to keep these at about an hour to an hour and a half videos for you guys. Let me know if you're liking them. And Earl Walker, let's see. We're now number 1, man. He's starting to realize he's not really getting a lot of traction from anyone else. So let's go. That's going to be our other in-home. Not going to visit anybody else. Let's get through this practice and let's get to the start. I'll see you guys at the depth chart. All right, guys. Here we are at the start of the regular season. Let's go over our depth chart and our team that we're going to roll into the season with. I like it for our first team. Not a bad, like, kind of first team that we have together here. So we have a point guard, Michael Oliver. Solid overall player. Has developed into his 4-star by his senior year. Should be able to run our offense pretty well. The only thing is offensive proficiency is going to be different. I came in here with a motion and triangle offense, and these guys have been running flex. These guys have been running flex basically their whole time. And now I'm teaching them completely different offenses. So offensive sets, we're going to have to drop to like 40% because they don't really know the sets that well. I would much rather them run stuff that they're more comfortable with. So hopefully that'll help. Man-to-man should be fine. They're pretty skilled man-to-man. Zone, not so much. Not even sure why we're really doing the zone, but you zone sometimes, all right? I want to take a look at my strategy here. Yeah, player preference. Offensive pace, we can probably bring down just a little bit just because we're not as talented, and we'll bring down the intensity just a bit. But other than that, all of this is good. Come back to the depth chart. So we have Michael Oliver, and then we're going to start our other point guard because he's a great outside shooter. We're going to have 2 great ball handlers and shooters there. So double point guard here. Small forward, he's the best. He was the best that we had at small forward, so you put him in, right? He's been playing ever since he got here. He hasn't quite developed into his full potential, but good enough, right? This Rashad guy, he's basically a junior. He's almost at his full potential. Solid inside player. And then our transfer, Malik Hayes here, 3.5 out of 4, basically fully developed. Knows the triangle really well, which helps. Everything. Let's see here. Great inside shooting. Great rebounding. I mean, he's just a great overall player. This guy was a beast in the Conference USA level. So let's see if he can translate this to the SEC. He's a 3.5 star. I really like this guy. And then coming off the bench, we'll just do our highlights here. Reggie Owens. He's a freshman. Didn't really bring him in. This is our shooting guard. He's probably one of the best players on the bench. He's going to come off the bench and play a lot of point guard. Or shooting guard, excuse me. And then we got the small forward who's going to play some backup minutes for us at point guard because he's the best ball handler. Kind of weird, but whatever. Here's our other center transfer that we got, John Hamilton. He's basically at his potential. He's going to be great off the bench. This guy is going to be really, really solid. Solid player. Honestly thinking of ways to try and get him more minutes. Kind of want to get him these power forward minutes. I'm not really into this guy. but he can have some minutes too. That's fine. I think I like our bench. 30 for the starters, 10 for these guys. If this guy gets in foul trouble, I'm really confident in our backup center. And this guy's a absolute stud. He almost averaged 11 and 5. It's going to be good on the bench. He's going to be the glue that kind of keeps us together on the bench if our center or one of our big men ever fell out. So, all right, guys, this is the roster. Let's take a look at the schedule for the first part. Again, I'm going to kind of do what I did before and kind of go month by month. So we'll go November, December, January, and February. February and March I just kind of include all together since there's only 2 games. It's going to be a brutal SEC schedule, as you guys can see. Like, look at this. We got so many number 1 teams, or not number 1 teams, but so many ranked teams, and just even the non-ranked teams are going to be difficult. So let's start off though. Out of conference, we got 3 winnable home games, 2 tough road games. 3-2 seems very reasonable to me. 3-2. 2-3 would kind of hurt because that means we would lose a home game. If we can win one of the away games, that would be good, but we'll see. Let's hope we can just maintain and get through November. And let's get through November and see what this team is. Alrighty, guys, here we are at the end of November recap. Pretty good season. Pretty good start to the season. A lot better than I thought with the 3-2 record. Handle our business. We beat Lipscomb and Charlotte handily at home. They're not on our level. Then we take a tough OT loss to Arkansas State. And I haven't really looked at this, but they thoroughly beat us in the second half and then overtime. I mean, wow. They beat us in our home court. I remember seeing this and being so disappointed. Like, really? We're losing in our home court. 14 lead changes. 8 times the game was tied. This must have been a great game to watch. But it just shows that we're capable of getting knocked off by these low majors. I don't even know. Is that a mid-major? Arkansas State, what, they're in the Sun Belt? That's a low major, right? So, just a tough game for the squad. But after that, we bounced back with a road win at Oklahoma. So we definitely make up for our home loss by taking a road win at Oklahoma, and we handled Buffalo. They were like 0-4 when we played them, maybe like 1-4. But Oklahoma, they're a decent school still, you know. It's all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at December here, guys. We got VMI at home and Harvard. I want to win home games, right? Harvard, they're above 500, 2-2 away. I want to handle business. We got this neutral court game tournament. Wake Forest. Oops, didn't mean to click on them. That's a tough team. Wake Forest. Oops, they put me in Wake Forest's schedule now. Wake Forest is a tough game. Riverside at home. So we have really one really hard game is Wake Forest on the road. We have pretty nice. I mean, they're 4-1. Pretty favorable December schedule besides the tournament. I think we can get away with winning everything except like 1 or 2 games, right? So I will go ahead and get us there and give you guys the recap of December and that tournament. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's see what happened in December. So we took care of business handily at home, which is what I like to see. Close win at Georgia Tech on a neutral court. So tough game. I'm not sure how good they are. They're 7-4, so they're not terrible. Man, I wish the back button would take me back to like my team schedule. So, but then we do lose a tough one on the road to Wake Forest, as I expected. I don't think we're that team yet. What a game against UC Riverside here, though. Hugely high scoring, and we took care of that. So now we're going to start conference play. We're at January. We're 9-3, so honestly, we're doing... Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. We've almost matched the win total of the last coach for last season. So I think we have us in a lot better position. But, yeah, we're in the SEC, boys. This is a tough conference. 12-1, 10-1, 10-1, 10-1, 10-2, 9-2, 9. Like, there's no bad teams. Everybody can beat everybody in this conference. So it's going to be tough. Let's go ahead and get through January. Let's take a look at the January schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. Okay, 4 on the road. If I could sneak like 1 win on the road, I'll be okay, honestly. If we could get 1 of 3 and let's handle, we can sustain like 1 or 2 losses as well. I honestly have no idea or no expectation. Guys, I'll see you when it's January. Let's see what this team is made of. What can they do against a brutal SEC schedule? I almost forgot, though, guys. I did want to show you guys the stats. I do like to do that. Malik Hayes, 13-6. This is our transfer. He's doing really well. But the team as a whole is doing really good. Michael Oliver's playing well. Leroy's playing well. Rashad, 11-7. My man's putting in work. Let's go. Let's look at the pie chart really quick before we sim. They're all pretty equal. Malik is making a big difference. And I'm pretty sure John Hamilton is making a huge impact off the bench. Yeah, 9 points, 5 rebounds off the bench, son. That's crazy. Crazy. So, all right. Let's see what we can do in January, guys. I will see you guys there. All right, guys. Welcome back. No way to put it. We are having a tough season. This is a brutal wake-up to the SEC, and they basically smacked me in the face and was like, hey, welcome to the SEC. We started off with a win. Nice win at Tennessee. It gave me hope, right? You got to think, we almost won by 30. I'm like, yeah, we could compete. We lose on the road. I understand. We lose to Kentucky. I understand. We lose such a close game to Florida, a 1-point game, and then we're 3-game losing streak. And we take the L at home to Arkansas. These are all ranked teams. They're really, really good. I get it. And maybe our team isn't up to that level yet, right? This is just our first year. Only 2 of these guys are really my players. I've inherited these guys. So we'll see. We beat Tennessee on the road, though. That's when I thought the comeback was happening. Like, maybe we have Tennessee's number, and we beat them on the road, and then we take a home loss, and then we just got decimated by the Mizzou, man. They decimated us. So we got February. We're going to finish it off. We got, I think, at least winnable road games in Mississippi State. Georgia, not so much, but Kentucky, not so much. And Arkansas, you can guarantee those L's, right? Like, maybe at Ole Miss, too. We'll see, right? I mean, we're 2-6 in conference. We're 11-9. I don't think we're going to make the NCAA. We can take a look at the standings together here. I haven't taken a look at that. Yeah, our net is 43. So, I mean, like, you can see how brutal it is. But you have to be at least 500 to even be considered. I don't know if we're going 500, guys. We went 2-6 in the start. I don't see it. We even play, like, even the bottom half. But we still get Kentucky and Arkansas. We can't beat them. You know, these guys, so, got some work to do, right? But this is why I came to South Carolina, for this challenge, for this exact challenge. For you to succeed at South Carolina, you have to be a great coach, and you have to know how to recruit, and you have to know how to use the transfer portal. It makes you use all aspects of the game to really build up a school. So, I like it in the early stage of a journeyman. So, let's get through February, guys, and we'll see how it is. Hopefully, we can stay close to 500. That's pretty optimistic. All right, guys, welcome back. We made it through the rest of the regular season. First off, I want to apologize if you hear any music in the background. My neighbors are kind of throwing a party next door, and I can't really help it. But we're still going to continue on. We won more games than we did the first time. We were like 2-6, right? And now we were 7-11, so we went 5-5. It's a lot better. We won. We lost. We lost at Vanderbilt. Won at Mississippi State on the road. I thought that was great. And then we won at we beat Auburn at home. I thought this stretch right here was going to be the turnaround, and then we lose this, and then we lose this game. This could have had all the momentum for a 3-game win streak. Lose to Georgia on the road. LSU we take care of, but then look, we lose to Ole Miss by 1 point on the road. Imagine all these really close one possession games that we've lost, and then turn those L's into W's where we could be. We win. We got crushed by Kentucky. I didn't even mention we beat Florida at home, a top 25 team, so we can compete. But our schedule is just way too brutal. And then we even beat Arkansas on the road by a point. So let's take a look at the standings. It was a brutal conference. Whoa, don't know what's happening in my game here. Sometimes it happens. Kind of glitches out, but it should be fine. Yeah, we're 4th from the bottom. Our net is 69. Maybe we make the NIT 16 and 14. Because we're not even going to be considered, right? Only Ole Miss and above will be considered. So we're not even going to make the NIT. We're going to make the CBI. But let's take a look at the stats. Malik Hayes doing good, 15 and 6. So the skill did transfer. Maybe not to 20 points a game, but it's definitely transferred. So he's definitely the most impactful player, and he'll be good next year if he doesn't transfer. We're going to lose Leroy, but he's played pretty well. That's all right, though. I like who we can bring in. Rashad, he'll be here as well. 10 and 7, reliable player. We lose John Hamilton, he was coming off the bench, pretty impactful. Yeah, I think we just have a brutal schedule, right? The schedule is way too brutal. But we'll see what happens here. Let's go ahead and get into conference tournament play. Actually, we'll take a look at the poll standings really quick. I know you guys like to see that. Kentucky on top by a pretty wide margin. They went 18-0 in the SEC. Northern Iowa is a little surprising. Kind of looking for surprising teams. UNLV, hey, UNLV back in there. Seton Hall, West Virginia. It's cool. San Diego State, they were the runner-up, or the national champs last year in the save, so they're trying to go back-to-back, but pretty cool. Let's take a look at the bubble. Who's on the bubble? Marquette is on the bubble. We are not in. I don't think we're not in. We are we're not even in here. So, of course, we can't even qualify. Duh, I'm an idiot. All right, let's get to this. We have LSU. I'd like to just get a win maybe in the tournament. I'm not really sure. It's a weird position to be in as a coach, because at South Carolina State, at least we were winning our conference tournament, and same thing at George Mason. But here we're gonna have to. It's gonna take a few years of building this program and getting the right players in here in order to. Because we're gonna have to get more of my transfers, those centers. I'm gonna have to get more of those, but as point guards and shooting guards. We'll have to pull in more players, but even if with those players, we're always going to have to play against Kentucky, right? So, LSU, they say we're favorite. They have an injury. Let's just see what happens. We're 5-5 in the last 10. Not bad. What do we got? Can we show any resilience? We ended on a road win at Arkansas. And we just get knocked out in the first round, guys. That's how it is, right? That's the game. You got a first year, we adopted this team. We only brought in 2 transfers, and we went 16 and 15, right? 16 and 15, and we might get invited to a postseason. We might not. I'm not really sure, but the last coach here only got 10, so I think this is a good start, but still overall tough season. I'll see you guys at the selection show. Alright guys, here we are at the selection show. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because we're not in it. So, I'm just going to kind of run through it just to showcase it for you guys in case you guys are interested. Kentucky 1 seed, Cal State Fullerton. Every time I see Cal State Fullerton, I laugh because as a 15 seed in one of my solo saves in this game, they won the national championship. They went the whole freaking way. So honestly, I'm rooting for them. But you guys can see the teams. I'm not going to read them off. It's not necessary. Just wanted to go and showcase so you guys can see who the top teams are, where they get seated, where everyone's doing. Y'all can pause and slow it down if you want to take a look at the matchups more closely. But we're not in here, so we're just hoping to get invited to another postseason tournament so our season isn't quite over. Ole Miss makes it. Ole Miss is probably the last team to get in from the SEC. There you go. That's the tournament. We're not in it. Do we get an invitation anywhere? We do. We wouldn't have a game here if we didn't. We've been into the CIT, the literally third tier tournament. We're in the garbage tournament. Oh no. Oh, Arizona State's there too. That feels bad. Man, we're not even a 1 seed in this. We're not even one of the best teams in the worst tournament. We're that's okay. Whatever. Let's see what can happen here. Let's just if they're gonna put us in a tournament, I guess we're gonna try to win it, right? But knowing us, we're gonna take a first round exit. Dukes in the NIT. That was funny. I don't know, just seeing that. That's funny. I don't care. It's a CIT. Who cares? We care, baby. We care. We're gonna try. We're gonna win it. We're gonna if they're gonna give a trophy at the end. We don't win trophies here, so we're gonna try and win the trophy. So we get Northwestern. See what happens. Are we going to make a run at the end of the year all of a sudden? Nope. Nope. Guys, I'll see you at the Final Four. Tough season, 17 and 16. I like the recruiting class that we brought in. I'll show it to you guys really quick. These guys were all top in camps. And this guy, really, Matt Weaver, was our huge get. He's from South Carolina. He's top 5. He's going to be around for 4 years, and this guy's going to change the program along with the guy that we already have. We're going to have to find a way to get him on the court at the same time, but I love the guys that we're bringing in. I'll see you guys at the Final Four. We'll recap the tournament, crown a champion, and get to the off season. All right, guys, welcome back. So we are at the Final Four, but we do pay respects to the winners of the lower tier tournaments. Virginia wins the NIT. St. Mary wins CBI, and Washington State wins CIT. Congratulations. But let's go to what we're all really here for, which is the big boy tournament. You guys can see Kentucky made it, but let's see how it all played out, huh? Any crazy upsets? Not really. This is pretty chalk. Milwaukee, a little shocking, right? To beat Memphis. 1 and 2, Kentucky moves on. UMass, though, that is shocking for UMass to make the Sweet 16. That's a nice little story. Nice little win for the 11 seed here, but they ultimately meet their doom and the 1 seed goes through. And hello, West Virginia, the 1 seed gets knocked in the Sweet 16, but that can happen against UCLA. Nothing crazy here. I guess Wisconsin losing to Oklahoma State, yeah. That's pretty big, and then that allows Georgetown to get in and get into the Final Four, actually. Wow, congrats to Georgetown. Turned themselves around in the sim. Wish they could do that in real life. And look at Florida State. Florida State as the 1 seed. They're in. Iowa State as 10. They upset Seton Hall and beats. They lose to San Diego State. Wow, you have a lot of 1 seeds then here. Yeah, 3 1 seeds. So 3 of the top seeds, and then Georgetown's the only shocker. Let's crown a champion. Is it going to be Kentucky? It's going to be Florida. It's going to be one of the 1 seeds. Florida State makes it through. Georgetown makes it to the Final Four. They had a really nice run, Cinderella, to the Final Four. So that's a good season for them. I'm going to predict Kentucky wins because for some reason they always seem to put together really nice teams, and they do beat Notre Dame. So it's Kentucky versus Florida State. Kentucky just in this just puts together such great teams. It's the 1 versus the 2. And Florida State shuts me up and says, Kentucky, what? Florida State champion. Wow, Florida State is your national champion. I was not expecting that, but wow. They dogged them. They beat them by 20. They were like, shut your mouth. Know your role. We're the best team. And I apologize. Kentucky, runner up again. They can't get it done in my save. And it's like in some of my other saves, they dominate. It's crazy. But Florida State, is that their first national championship? I just want to take a look. It is their first national championship. Congratulations to them. This program has really turned around. They're going to definitely move into the range of a 5-star school and really attracting top talent. They just need the budget to be able to do it as well and improve the facilities. Florida State would be a nice job. They would not offer me, obviously. They already have a nice coach. But let's get to these awards. We're not going to win any awards. So we're going to go through them really quick, guys. Coach of the Year, Kentucky. Bruce Pearl. Looks like John Calipari retired, and this was his first year as Kentucky. So interesting. Let you guys see this. Don't need to say anything really. We're not going to be on here. SEC. And now Kentucky just sweeping. 2 first-teamers. Must be bittersweet to do that well and lose in the championship game. Guys, I'll see you at the season review. Alright guys, here we are at the season review and the job hiring. We didn't qualify for the NIT. We increased prestige somehow miraculously by 1. Honestly, maintaining was good enough for me. But failed 2 and got 2. And it's basically the same thing. Qualify NIT, just like maintain the same goals. This is a tough spot in Journeyman's, kind of career. He's always done really well. Maybe not the first year here, but we've had 20-win seasons, and we were ranked with George Mason. And tough start, but we're hopeful with the class that we're bringing in. We will entertain job offers, but probably not seriously. Virginia Tech, that is a nice job, but I don't want to bounce around. It is a nice job. It goes with being a Virginia head coach. Division II, Virginia Tech is definitely a school that you would look at to try and take over and build. However, I just think I have too much going for me right here at South Carolina, and I just don't feel I would actually get a job offer at Virginia Tech after a season like this, so we're going to pass. Gotta add my own kind of role play and kind of like restrictions on that. I don't think you'd get hired for another job going 17 and 15, even with a track record. You still have to prove yourself here at South Carolina. You can't just jump ship. So we're definitely staying put, and here we are. Guys signed their LOI. We got staff. Staff we're going to keep the same. So guys, I'm going to pause it, and I'll see you guys at the board. Alright guys, here we are at the board. We're going to ask them for facilities. They're probably going to say no, like they always will, and say, hey, we think the facilities are fine for the level of school we are. And I'm going to say, you got a point, but you might as well ask, because you always ask us to ask for something. Hey, they gave it to us. They believe in Coach. Let's go. I like that. I like that love given from the board. And now we have A- facilities. That's commitment. That's nice commitments, man. Not a lot of schools have A facilities. If you do schools here, you can look at facilities. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of schools that offer it, but like we're one of the top schools with top facilities, That's, we're one of the top 30 best facilities in the nation. That's something we can pitch. It's not great. I mean, Fresno has really good facilities. Like, what's the Even Tulsa has really good facilities. Like, it's crazy to see these low prestige. Charleston is just like the lowest prestige school ever, but they just attract. They like, look at our facilities. They're just beautiful, and they're like, damn right they are. So hey guys, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm gonna make another episode right away, but I like to keep these videos short for you guys. I think I like sneaking this one under an hour, so I really like that. Very good first year. Got a nice recruiting class coming in. I have extra scholarships for transfers. I think we're going to have a better second year, and we're growing. So one thing I guess we didn't check is the rating increases. We can do that really quick. Went up by 3 and went up by 4. 3 and 4. Scouting went up by 3. Yeah. Recruiting went up by 2. Doesn't make sense, but whatever. Player development went up by a lot. Wow. Like 4. Nice. And my reputation stayed about the same. We're about a 30. So, alright guys, that's it for this episode. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.